place of infinite possibility.
It's incredible.
More beautiful than I ever dreamed.
Hi and welcome to Select 10. As we know, science fiction is probably the best genre in the entire cinematic arena. And there is plenty of sci-fi movies to watch on Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Disney+. However, to narrow down your search, we have picked 10 best sci-fi movies currently available on this streaming service. And all the sci-fi films have elements of action, drama, romance, adventure, and mystery that offers something for everyone. So watch full video to avoid missing any movie from this list. And now let's start the video. Number 10. Archive.
You made another like me.
I'm not replacing you.
But you did it.
It is a 2020 science fiction film written and directed by Gavin Rothery. The movie is set in a near future and follows scientist George Almer, who is haunted by the loss of his wife, Jules. But fortunately, George happens to be one of the foremost experts on artificial intelligence, and he sees his research as a way to reunite with Jules by creating more human-like machines. But George's problems begin to rise when his J2 robot senses that George is far more in love with his upgraded J3 model, despite both robots shares Jules' personality. If you love sci-fi with artificial intelligence concept, with suspense and mystery, then you should watch this one. And the movie has 6.3 rating on IMDb and 77% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 9. Predators. It is a science fiction action film directed by Nimrod Antal, and it's a third film of the Predator franchise. The story follows a group of elite warriors parachute into an unfamiliar jungle and find themselves on an alien planet that acts as a game preserve where they are being hunted one by invisible alien hunters. Now in order to survive, they must join forces to fight a merciless race of aliens and find a way to return to Earth. While Predator 2 was entertaining, and at least the first Alien vs. Predator movie was decent, but this is by far the best entry into the franchise, aside from the original Predator 1987. And the movie has 6.4 rating on IMDb and 65% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 8. Elysium. It is a 2013 dystopian sci-fi action film directed by Neil Blomkamp. The movie is set in the year 2154, where humanity is sharply divided between two classes of people, the ultra-rich, who live aboard a luxurious space station called Elysium, and the rest live on an overpopulated ruined Earth. While the main story follows a man named Max, who agrees to undertake a dangerous mission that could bring equality to the population. But Secretary Delacourt will stop at nothing to enforce anti-immigration laws and preserve the luxurious lifestyle of the citizens of Elysium, no matter what the cost. Overall, the movie has mind-blowing cyberpunk action with excellent visual effects and a fascinating story. And the movie has 6.6 rating on IMDb and 65% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 7. I Am Mother.
This woman doesn't care about any future but her own. She's very dangerous.
It is a 2019 science fiction thriller film directed by Grant Sputer. The film is set in the near future, where an unknown extinction-level event has transformed the planet into a wasteland. And the story follows a teenage girl who is raised by a robot named Mother, designed to repopulate the Earth, but their unique bond is threatened when an inexplicable stranger arrives with alarming news. If you enjoyed Raised by Wolves series, which also deals with the concept of robots raising human, then you will like this movie. Overall, the story is well written, which keeps your attention focused right up until the plot twist at the end. And the movie has 6.7 rating on IMDb and 75% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 6. TRON, Legacy. Directed by Joseph Kosinski, it is a 2010 science fiction action film and a sequel to the 1982 film TRON. The story follows Sam Flynn, who is haunted by the mysterious disappearance of his father, Kevin Flynn, a man once known as the world's leading video game developer. But when Sam investigates a strange signal sent from the old Flynn's arcade, a signal that could only come from his father, he finds himself pulled into a digital world where Kevin has been trapped for 20 years. With the help of the fearless warrior, Quora, father and son embark on a life-or-death journey across a cyber universe, a universe created by Kevin himself that has become far more advanced, with vehicles, weapons, landscapes, and a ruthless villain who will stop at nothing to prevent their escape. And the movie has 6.8 rating on IMDb and 63% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 5. Looper. It is a 2012 sci-fi action thriller film written and directed by Rian Johnson. The story is set in the near future and follows Joe, who is classified as Looper, a job in which his employers use time travel to send men from the future to be killed into the past, where Joe can properly dispose of their bodies. However, to tie up loose ends and erase the evidence of his ever being a Looper, Joe knows that one day his future self will be sent back for him to kill. But when this day comes, Joe's future self is prepared and escapes, and the two men struggle separately in the past, trying to evade capture and attempting to fulfill their own personal agendas. If you want a break from usual sci-fi movies, then you have to watch this unique and high-concept sci-fi story, which will give you thrills from start to the end. And the movie has 7.4 rating on IMDb and 92% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 4. Super 8. It is a 2011 sci-fi thriller film written and directed by J.J. Abrams and produced by Steven Spielberg. The movie is set in the summer of 1979 and follows a group of friends in a small Ohio town where they witness a catastrophic train crash while making a Super 8 movie, and soon they suspect that it was not an accident. Shortly after, unusual disappearances and inexplicable events begin to take place in town, and the local deputy tries to uncover the truth, which happened to be something more terrifying than any of them could have ever imagined. Although the movie does not have much special effects, like every other sci-fi movies, but it has intense story, which will keep you hooked from start to the end. And the movie has 7 rating on IMDb and 75% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 3. TENET. It is a 2020 sci-fi action thriller film written and directed by Christopher Nolan. The story follows a CIA operative who is now employed by a secret organization called TENET, whose mission involves the human race survival. When he is sent to Barbara, a scientist studying bullets with inverted entropy, which allows them to move backwards through time, she believes that they are manufactured in the future, and also there exists a weapon that can wipe out the world. To trace the inverted bullets arms dealer, he teams up with Neil as they embark on a mission and learns to manipulate the flow of time to prevent an attack from the future that threatens to annihilate the present world. Overall, the movie story is very complex and so good that it will play with your mind and shocks you with its twist in the end. And the movie has 7.4 rating on IMDb and 76% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 2. Gattaca. It is a 1997 dystopian science fiction film directed by Andrew Niccol. The movie is set in the not-too-distant future, where eugenics is common, a genetic registry database which uses biometrics to classify valids and invalid. However, those who conceived naturally are known as invalids and are supposed to take up only menial jobs, whereas inferiors, or the genetically advanced child, are considered as valid and can work at Gattaca, the organization that runs the society. Amid this, the story follows one invalid who assumes the identity of one inferior in order to pursue his lifelong dream of space travel and joins elite scientific school called Gattaca. But just when he is finally assigned to a mission to Titan, there is a murder at the school and the police begin an investigation, jeopardizing his secret. This is one of the most original sci-fi movies in modern history that succeeds on the basis of its story rather than relying on visual effects. If you haven't seen it, watch it now. And the movie has 7.8 rating on IMDb and 87% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 1. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. It is a 2016 epic space sci-fi film directed by Gareth Edwards. The film is set before the events of Star Wars: A New Hope, and the plot follows a group of rebels who band together to steal plans of the Death Star, the ultimate weapon of the Galactic Empire, a space station capable of destroying entire planets. Amidst this, the story focuses on Jyn Erso, whose father is forcibly taken by the Galactic Empire to help them complete the Death Star. But when she grows up, she joins a group of resistance fighters who aim to steal the Empire's blueprints of Death Star and save planets from destruction. Even if you have not watched previous Star Wars films, you can still watch this movie, as it is a standalone story, loosely connected to previous films. And the movie has 7.8 rating on IMDb, and 86% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.